major doesn't matter. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna have people flanking me in the comments. Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. Of course your major matters. Look, if you're not gonna be an engineer, a doctor, nurse, or like a lawyer, it doesn't matter.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at modern women regretting their college degrees. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you check out the channel memberships if you want access to exclusive videos, early videos, that sort of thing. And let's just jump right into it.
Someone explained to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job. BA in communication, BA in Spanish, BFA in dance. Get ready for this one. Master's degree in freaking journalism. Mind you, I've gotten laid off not once, not twice, but 3 times in the span of 2 years. So if you're feeling behind, just know you're not alone. Basically, we're all cooked.
Those jobs require work experience and portfolios, not overpriced pieces of paper.
What's your biggest regret from all of college?
My biggest regret is probably majoring in kinesiology and then figuring out my last semester that I don't want to do anything in healthcare because I do not like it.
Are you graduating with a kinesiology major?
Correct.
You already know you don't want to do your degree?
Yeah, and I finished out this last semester. I just had 3 hours left of my degree. I just had to finish it out.
You're just going to accept it?
Yep, but I figured out this last semester that I don't like healthcare. But like, what am I going to do? Ditch my kinesiology degree like 3 hours before I finish? No.
She is now in crippling debt with a degree that she doesn't even want. Not a smart plan.
Not taking my freshman year more serious.
What were you doing freshman year?
Partying every day.
Every day?
Almost every day.
Like Tuesdays?
Sometimes. A lot of Wednesdays.
Not knowing exactly what I wanted. Now I want a nursing degree, so right after this, I'm going to have to get an accelerated nursing Bachelor of Science, which is going to take me another year. So I'm not actually done.
You have more school?
Yes.
Too many students focus on partying rather than actually preparing for their real futures.
Anyone else spend 3 years on an advanced degree that you don't use? Here's mine. The good old Masters of Divinity.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. Anybody could have said that a master's degree in quote-unquote divinity probably wasn't going to help her at all.
The biggest mistake I ever made was going to university. I studied a degree that I sort of liked, spent $100,000 on tuition, rent, all those things, only to burn out less than a decade into my career and realize that what I wanted to do was the thing that I wanted to do before I went to university. And it took me those 10 years to figure that out. So do not fall for the scam. If you're going into university and you think this is not for you, do not do it. Wait, because it is a trap and you cannot get unstuck.
It shouldn't take you 10 years and 100 grand in debt to realize what you don't want in life.
It's so frustrating. Like, everyone I talk to, they're having these interviews, sounds like it goes great, and they didn't get the job. Who are the companies hiring then? I've not heard one person say, wow, the interview went great, I got hired. Who are they hiring? Additionally, what are we doing? Serving burgers and bartending is really, really burning me out. I'm really sick of it. Do I money launder? Is that even profitable? I could not be. Dancing is so hard. I could never look graceful up there. I really don't know.
They are hiring people who are more qualified and have better connections. It is that simple.
I was like, I'm going to be a failure at life if I don't go to college.
Do you still think that?
No, my God, it was the biggest mistake of my life.
Really? Going to college?
Yes, I should have literally said, I'm not good at school. It's not for me, but I'm a genius at my own right.
A lot of us were raised on this idea that if you don't go to college, you are suddenly a failure. I don't think that could be any further from the truth.
I'm so fortunate to be getting an education, but actually, why is my father paying $50,000 to send me to San Diego State for me to be sitting in calculus class, for me to be sitting in astrology class, or what's the thing that's like astrology with the I don't even know. I'm like psychology, that's the word I'm looking for.
If you can't tell the difference between astronomy and astrology, you probably should not go to college.
Could not be more of a waste of my time. There is no field in my life I will ever want to go into that involves anything of those sorts. Like, I'm happy that I'm getting a business degree. That's great because there's so many things I could do with it. But there's nothing I want to do with calculus or my philosophy classes. They're just wasting my time. And the fact I'm spending so much money on it is crazy. Like, I'm literally spending this money to get a degree, and I am most likely absolutely never going to use that degree.
She literally just said that her dad is paying for her college. She's not paying for a thing.
I don't have a lot of regrets in my life, but my choice in college was potentially the worst decision I could have ever made. And almost 2 decades later, I am still paying for. Not financially, thankfully. I mean, I was paying for that for a very long time. But socially, romantically, professionally, financially, for a very long time, up until a couple of years ago, it was a huge mistake. And if there's any one decision in my life I could have done differently, it would have been not attending the school that I went to.
For a lot of these women, college is simply just a way to waste time and money while feeling productive, I think.
It is my second day of school. There's literally a picture on the board. Tell me why the girl next to me is writing a album. Sis, what are you predicting? What are you writing here? Look at my... What is... 5 hours of class? Sis got an album? I got 2 letters? What the this? Oh... I am ready to quit.
If you're freaking out over notes after 2 days of schooling, I don't think college is for you, man.
Tell me why I went to a fashion business school. Here's my degree. I went to a fashion business school and I cannot even get a job that makes more than $17 an hour. I work for big brands. Like, I have experience working for luxury brands. I have multiple internships under my belt. I'm very smart. I'm very capable. And literally none of these places are hiring. Every single job, especially where I'm applying to in Manhattan, because the fashion capital of the world. I'm like, if I'm going to go anywhere, it's going to be Manhattan. I cannot get a job that pays more than like $17 an hour. Like, am I going to be poor forever? Like,
a degree from a fashion school does not entitle you to a high-paying job in New York City.
Being a new grad with no job is honestly the most embarrassing thing I've ever felt in my life for a really long time. I was a gate kid. I was a gifted kid. I was one of those. And now I've graduated with a 3.8 GPA and I can't find a job. Sorry, I know it's not 4.0. I'm sorry. And it's not like some school either. I went to a really good school in California. And now I have to apply for jobs that only pay like $20 an hour. And whenever someone asks me like, what are your plans after graduation? What are you doing now? Trying not to.
Being good at school isn't going to translate to you getting a real job fresh out of college. That's not how that works.
Graduated in university in 2021 for graphic design. As soon as I graduated, obviously I tried to get a job in graphic design and I was told all over the place that I did not have enough experience. I then was told to
volunteer
volunteer
that's a vicious circle. If you can't get a job, you can't get experience.
That's exactly what I said.
So you left in 2021. Have you had any lengthy periods of employment in the last 5 years?
Not in the area that I graduated in, no.
A lot of these majors do nothing to prepare students for the real world. I think it's actually just a huge scam at this point.
Do you now regret studying graphic design? Do you wish you'd studied something else? How do you look back at the years you studied now?
I see it as a massive waste of 3 years. I graduated in graphic design for no point.
Oh dear. Are you going to stick with it, trying to get a job, or are you almost on the point of saying, up with this, I will not put?
Well, at the moment, I'm just drawing for fun. So I'm just drawing on my breaks as a security guard and just posting it on the page to try and get some sort of acknowledgement that I have got some sort of talent there.
This is the harsh reality of graduating. Unless it is in specific fields, they're practically worthless.
I think it was a waste of time going to uni. I wouldn't say it was a waste of time, but knowing what I know now, I do kind of regret it. I feel like if I really gave myself the room to explore my curiosity, I probably would have realised sooner that that traditional route isn't for me. And if I was to go to uni, I wish I approached it knowing that I'm just here for the experience. Which I picked a degree more in the creative writing space, just so that I can actually become better at that skill because it's something I enjoy, as opposed to using economics thinking that that's what was going to make me the most money. Literally not one bit of that degree do I use in my life.
A creative writing degree is pointless. You can do that without having to go into massive debt.
I should have just worked. My off, make money, because at least money gets you a house and things, you know? And realistically, we go to college for what? Stability. Money gives you stability. So same bull. I wish I would have used all that money that I wasted in college. I could have used it for things I actually want, like guitar lessons, taking music lessons, my hobbies, like traveling, all the things I like. I'm so mad at myself for not knowing what I know now. Like, I did not need a degree, 2 degrees, to go to work in marketing, to be honest.
If a degree is worthless on its own, getting a second one is probably not going to help you at all.
Your major doesn't matter, okay? Hear me out. I'm gonna have people flanking me in the comments. Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. Of course your major matters. Look, if you're not gonna be an engineer, a doctor, nurse, or like a lawyer, it doesn't matter, okay? Let me tell you why. I graduated college early. I graduated in 3.5 years at like a really well-known school, very competitive school, very proud of myself, with a political science major. You wanna know what I wanted to do with that? Nothing. So whenever I've applied to jobs and they're like, ooh, actually you don't have a marketing degree, you want to know what? I have 4 years of experience under my belt in social media marketing with incredibly good results in social media. Your degree doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. And that's what I'm doing with my time, social media and writing novels. But I have a political science degree.
It is insane how many college programs aren't actually useful in the real world.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. So Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000.
This is why it's important to actually read the terms of a student loan agreement before signing the thing. She would have known exactly how the interest rates would actually work if she read it.
And I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never gonna be able to buy one because I went to college. I just signed up to be an egg donor. Guess what? Got approved. Who wants my kids? I can't afford them, so start a bidding war. Just take them. What do you want? My left arm too? What the f am I supposed to do? I'm gonna be in debt for my whole life. How does that even make sense? I signed up for this when I was 17. This should not be legal, bro.
Odds are she went to an expensive 4-year university for the quote-unquote college experience instead of making smarter moves like cheaper colleges and paying some tuition out of pocket or just going down a different road entirely.
I got upset about it at work and my coworker was like, don't you have a rich relative who can pay that for you? No, my family's poor. No! And the worst part is, bro, look where I am. I can't go in because I can't spend money, but I just want to be here because it makes me feel better.
If her family was truly that poor, she should have understood the value of $1 and her parents should have warned her about the dangers of crippling debt.
I think college is a scam.
Let's hear more. Come on, elaborate.
I know that's a hot take. I'm a college graduate. I think right now everybody should just find something that they're really good at. Everybody goes to college now. There's nothing crazy about it. Before, that's what set you apart, and now I feel like it's just the standard. So
Interesting. So it's not even a competitive edge anymore because everyone's doing it.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
Do you think that people were learning anything there? How would you learn today if you don't go to school?
Too many college students get an education in drinking and partying, and the sad part is they pay an obscene amount of money for that particular education.
So like I said, I graduated from Temple University, and I make a joke that I majored in ChatGPT. Especially with the use of AI, I feel like there's no need for it. My fiance is in the trades, so he went a different route. He's making so much more.
It is crazy to me how students will pay such a ridiculous amount of money to attend these classes and then will resort to using ChatGPT to do the studying for them anyway.
I'm alive, but I'm not living. That might sound really morbid to you, but I promise I'll explain. I have been looking for a job since May of 2024, and even before that. And I've made it very, very far with some of these companies. I've done projects for them, final interview, everything's been going really great. And then people will just ghost you, or, they'll tell you you've been rejected. Back to my thing about being alive and not living, I just feel like I'm missing out on so many experiences because I don't have the money or I'm not living in a place that I desire to be.
She's complaining that her life didn't become the fantasy movie that she wanted. She's not the first one to go through that, but she can't figure out how real life just is not a movie.
And although it's like easier said than done, I just can't stop comparing myself to other people. It's like, or thinking about other things that I could have done and like how I could have gone about things. Like, I know myself as a person and I know that I put in a lot of hard work and I really care about others, but it has me questioning my worth. Like, maybe I'm not as valuable as
Adults deal with this kind of stuff all the time. It's called life. We've all gone through these patches, but most of us have enough sense to not whine about it online.
Stop getting the degrees. They don't mean crap. If your profession doesn't require you to have a degree, don't go get one. Literally, they don't mean nothing. They want you to have experience. They don't care about these degrees. Matter of fact, go get you a trade. If you're going to go to school, get you a hard skill, a trade. Learn how to work on cars, hair, plumbing, electricity. Get you a hard skill, bro.
There is a desperate need for people to get into the trades, but when you ask high schoolers what they want to do, they just want to be social media influencers and streamers and stuff like that.
A realization I've had to come to terms with is that I went to school, worked full time, and got a full 4-year bachelor's degree, and it ain't do nothing for me. I feel like I just wasted my time. I feel like if you're not going to do anything like medical related or law or human resources, and even then, what's the point? What's the point?
Too many of these women think that a college degree guarantees them an easy life for some reason. It absolutely does not.
This is a warning sign to you that if you want to get your MBA and you want to be a business owner, do not do it. Every single day I regret getting my MBA from Wharton. I graduated from Princeton with $0 in loans. I am now looking at my student loan repayment options, and when I tell you I am shocked, I feel like I signed a 360 deal with the devil. I am paying 6 figures in student loan debt. Shocking. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. If you're going to go to MBA school, only do it if that's free, $0. Otherwise, I promise you it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
You don't need a degree to start up your own business, especially not a master's degree. There are plenty of people on the internet who can back that up.
I have my bachelor's in psychology, and truthfully, I wish I would have known the things that I know now, because I either would have never gone to college or I would have chose a different major. Sometimes when I'm bored, I go on Indeed and I apply for jobs. Even though realistically, I know I can't really work until Jackson's in kindergarten. I like to see what my options are, and if I got a really good offer, then I would just have my sister watch him, and I would go to work.
There isn't much you could do with a bachelor's degree in psychology, I don't think. She should have known that before investing time and money into getting one.
Well, yesterday I applied for a job and I got a call back like almost immediately. She was asking me like, well, how much do you want? And I was like, well, I mean, I would love 60 grand a year, but I'm not sure what you guys are offering. She's like, oh, well, 60's like a lot for this role. Which is so funny because she started off the phone call by saying like, did you graduate? Do you have your bachelor's? Like, yeah, I do. And a ton of student loans. But you want to give me $19 to $21 an hour so I can do a job that's probably super mentally draining and that I'm probably going to be underpaid for. I would have to use my own vehicle to transport like patients and whatnot. I'm not doing that to myself again.
You're not going to be able to get a job that pays 60 grand a year without any work experience, I would say. Maybe you can, but really at that point, she needs to be able to take what she can get.
I just want to complain so quick. I'm looking at my student loans, and I graduated college in 2018, December of 2018, so that's 5.5 years ago. And on one of my loans, I still owe 101.63% of the loan, which means I owe more than I took out because of interest, and I've been graduated for 5.5 years. And my other loan, I owe 97.43%, which means I've made the tiniest little dent in this loan that I've been paying every month since I graduated 5.5 years ago.
It is insane how students are not taught how compounding interest actually works. It's a lesson that too many young people insist on learning the hard way.
I'm about to complete my 6th internship, which is in San Francisco, and then I will be unemployed in August. I graduated from college a few months ago, and I just wanted to share my honest thoughts about how I've been feeling post-grad. This probably sounds dramatic, but I honestly feel sort of embarrassed. I feel like from the outside, it's kind of like, how could you intern 5 or 6 times and not have a full-time in your industry? And maybe that's me being critical of myself, but it's something that I've been sort of embarrassed about, to be completely honest.
6 internships and no job sounds like she's either bad at her job or she can't network at all.
I just found out that my degree is useless. I got my master's in public health like 5 months ago. I don't even know, but apparently it don't even matter anymore. I think it's so interesting that the Department of Education specifically chose female fields. Like, let's call it what it is, female fields. Like, these types of degrees and master's degrees that mainly are dominated by women, which regardless, master's degrees, PhDs, these different fields are going to be more dominated by women as time goes on because more women are getting their degrees than men are. Let's be so for real. Thing is, if my degree's useless, then give me my money back. Run me my check.
Who cares if more women are getting post-grad degrees? What difference does that actually make?
I am 5 years post-grad with my master's degree, and I can finally say with certainty that I regret it. I honestly forget that I even have a master's degree. I spent tens of thousands of dollars to realize that everything I learned in school was basically Googleable. It is something that probably ChatGPT could have given me the same answers on. The difference is I just sat in a classroom all day and spent a lot of money for it.
One has to wonder how many students cheated to pass the classes that they were paying to attend.
And I get it. Not every degree is a scam. Like, I'm sure there's some science degrees still, or being a doctor, like you obviously need to study for that, whatever. I'm talking about like the business, the communications, the marketing, the computer science, basically anything that's kind of been replaced by AI today. I find these degrees to be complete scams because the only reason why you really pursue higher education in these degrees is because you can't find a job after your bachelor's. But I have not really been happy with the results after my master's. Today, I do work that is so completely different from anything I studied that it really makes me reevaluate why I even got this degree in the first place.
It's interesting how she never mentions what field she studied for her master's.
Okay, so I know that people say go to school for what you're passionate about, and I did that. Right out of high school, I went to college for criminal justice, and upon realizing that degree does nothing for me, anytime I ask somebody how did they get to where they are in this field, they just said they applied. I asked, do they have a degree? They tell me no. Because most of the stuff in that field you're going to learn while on the job training. So I'm getting a degree in criminal justice just because they say they want a degree.
She should have been asking those questions before even applying to colleges.
There is absolutely no need to be going to college and getting $100,000 in student loan debt for a degree that's going to get you a job that pays you $40, $50, $60K a year. Unless that degree is like something that you're going to then go get a master's or whatever in that degree you need to have. Like you need to have a bachelor's to be able to go get the master's that you want or the PhD that you want. And that first entry-level job is just kind of going to be your foot in the door. In my opinion, there's just simply no degree that is worth $100,000 of student loan debt if the job that you want on the other side is not going to be paying you really a meaningful, significant amount. Please.
And yet students insist on getting a master's degree in a field that is completely and utterly useless.
The fact that we're basically trained from when we're growing up and going to school that we need to get, all the college degrees possible. All this in order to get like a better paying job and just to be more successful. And let me reiterate that I have an MBA and not once has it helped me get a job. Granted, I think it's still very important to get a college degree in general, bachelor's. Obviously, a lot of jobs require a college degree.
Most of the time, a bachelor's degree isn't going to help you, but work experience will.
But man, when it comes to choosing a candidate, it's all about experience, who you know. Nobody cares about what graduate degree you got. If I would have known better, I would never put myself in the $30,000+ of student debt just for that piece of paper.
There were plenty of people out there who could have warned her that she was making a mistake, but here we are. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.